So today we're going to be talking about Owner's Locker. So it's this big purple box that you may see around some of the Disney resorts, mainly Disney Vacation Club resorts, because mainly Disney Vacation Club guests actually have these. But it's actually a little box that's pretty big and can get very heavy very quickly with some stuff that you might bring on your vacations, especially if you are staying in Disney Vacation Club resorts, because most of them do have full kitchens, have washer and dryers in the units, which is really helpful. So anything above a studio pretty much has anything that's a luxury item. Studios do not have those, but a lot of these things can be used in any of the resorts. So whether you're a Disney Vacation Club or maybe you're not, even though we completely love Disney Vacation Club and think it's the best thing in the world, you can get an Owner's Locker. Maybe you stay at Universal, so you're at Universal the whole entire time. So this might be something you want to look into because it might help you out with your vacations. So basically I'm just going to talk about a couple of things I use in it, maybe some pros and cons of what to do, because there's some things that we've made, even on this trip, mistakes where I'm like, I wish I had that. So this is kind of what it is. So it's a box. They give you a lid, obviously, because that's what we're all about here at Owner's Locker. They give you these zip ties so you can re-tie or re-zip the locker to itself. So once you're done, all you do is have to just put on one of these zip ties, and then you go on your merry way, and you put it in Bell Services, and then they'll actually bring it up to your room where you can grab it. So they'll give these to you. So when you first get your locker, it'll be completely empty. What it will come with will be these little zip ties on the side. It will come with this little organizer divider, so it'll be completely empty. It'll come with a little inserts. And then it will come in with inserts inside the actual Owner's Locker, and then maybe some paperwork. This is where my first pro tip comes in handy. Bring scissors. We're in a studio, so they don't give you cutlery here at Disney Vacation Club. So it's 1 bedrooms and higher, they do give you cutlery, so it's a little bit easier. But at first when I got it, I was like, how do I even open this? So definitely bring scissors or something where you can cut it, but bring scissors anyways just for this. They'll give you this, they'll give you the little dividers, and then you go on your merry way. It just depends on what you want to put in here. I know people who put mostly household items. I bring my own pump soap for our sinks, because I think that that's the best thing to use. I love the bar soap, don't get me wrong, but I think that the pump soap is just easier, and it's just something I can continuously use. I really try to stay environmental, especially when we travel. So something that I can not only refill, but also be able to just put in here and throw in here, and I'm not using their bar soap or using all the different types of soaps that they have here at the resort. So single-use plastics we're not really into, so we try to keep it very green and environmental, and this helps out quite a bit. We have this here. I'm just gonna go through a couple of things that we have, I guess, or I put in here. So maybe think about hair products, hair items, especially if you like to do your hair here. So for this, I did bring a curling iron, and I do have a straightener. These do stay in here. These are just extra curling irons that maybe I've picked up along the years. I don't have to be hauling these back and forth. I do keep hairbrushes in here. So that's the nice thing, is I want to make sure that I'm not carrying hairbrushes back and forth, and especially because I feel like that's the number one thing that I forget on vacation is a hairbrush. I've done that multiple times, and especially when we went on a cruise once, I forgot a hairbrush, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? So definitely I put a hairbrush in there so I can have it. And another thing that we do have is bathroom stuff. So this is the pump soap that I was talking about. It's just a general pump soap from any store. This is from Bath & Body Works, but it just was something that we had, and we've just kept in here for just the Owner's Locker. So we carry this with us in here, and then we're able to pull it out and use it for our hands. And I think it just works a little bit easier, especially if you have kids and you don't want the actual countertop to be like a disaster because there's water going everywhere. This might help a little bit controlling that, especially because bar soap is a little crazy. I keep a little thing of perfume because I know that I like perfume, but I don't like bringing it back and forth, and especially when you're going through TSA. I have had multiple times where I've had perfume bottles pulled and thrown away right in front of me, and moment of silence for those perfume bottles. Okay. So definitely have those. I do keep deodorant in here. It's backup deodorant. I actually use a paste deodorant that is zero waste. We all know that sometimes it can get a little stinky, especially in hot and humid Florida. So I do keep a backup deodorant in here, but I do carry that paste deodorant with me whenever I go. So I'll bring it back home with me. This is just backup just in case. My favorite thing is we do have a room freshener. So usually we put this on the back of the toilet. I do have Poo-Pourri as well. And then we'll just put those on the back of the toilets, and then these will just just be for room fresheners. So maybe it is kind of, you need to air out the room, especially if you have a lot of people in one room. It can get a little stagnant. We've traveled with friends before. So this is just kind of what this is for. So especially for the bathroom, we used it with my parents when we went and we stayed in a 1-bedroom, and it worked out just fine. Zero waste bars for our hair, for our shampoo and our conditioner. But maybe we're not feeling that, or maybe we just forget it, or we forget it in the stateroom when we go on a Disney cruise, because that definitely happened. We do have some body wash, some shampoo, and then some conditioner somewhere in here. So this is just from our last place that we stayed, which was here at the boardwalk, but we keep it in here so we don't have to use the stuff that's in there. So we're just going to continuously use this just in case it's a backup. I always like to have it just in case, because you never know. So let's talk a little bit about this, because I think that this is a really handy thing to have for a lot of people, especially people like me who sometimes feel like they're on vacation and they're trapped because there's nothing around. We're pretty much, you're living on Uber unless you rent a car, and we don't rent a car actually. We use a lot of the Magical Express. We love that that's a perk of staying on Disney property. We highly recommend it because it is something amazing. So when you stay on Disney property, they do all your transportation for you. So whether that's coming from the airport, going back to the airport, anywhere around here, there are so many modes of transportation here. It is great. So renting a car, we understand for people that may be traveling around the other Disney properties, or maybe you want to travel to Universal, you want to go to Kennedy Space Center, maybe you're going to go on a Disney cruise. That's great, but we usually just stay on property now. But we do miss Universal Orlando, that's for sure. But anyways, so owner's locker will give you one of these little tackle boxes, is what I would call them. But basically we put our stuff in here. So we're going to keep toothbrushes. We do keep toothbrushes here in the owner's locker just in case, and then we have travel toothbrushes. So if you can see this, so basically how I have it set up is different compartments. These are just face wipes, so I do keep all sorts of face creams and stuff for doing my facial, my nightly routine or my morning routine. So I do use these. I always keep tissues just in case, so you can take those into the park. I have a sewing kit in here as well, because you never know, honestly, especially with me. I rip stuff all the time. I don't know how. It's just me. I do have some Clear Eyes in here because Jason does get dry eyes way more than anyone I've ever met in my whole entire life. We do have, again, some more fresh wipes. I do keep Band-Aids, maybe underarm wipes, whatnot in here as well. So those are underneath here. These are just extra, maybe a little nail file, some hair ties, some bobby pins, and there are some other things in here. So that's the nice thing, is I have those on hand, so if I forget them at home or I don't need to bring them, which is kind of the whole entire point of an owner's locker, just leaving and going on vacation and not have to worry about it. I do have some Theraflu in here. So our last December trip, we ended up getting super sick, very sick. So we have cold medicine, we'll have night and day, and then we'll have some Theraflu in here. I do have antibacterial wipes. So I have little ones here, and then I do have a whole entire thing of them in the actual owner's locker. Wipe down your room when you get in it. I'm not saying that housekeeping is doing a bad job. It's nothing against housekeeping. It has to do with the fact that there's a lot of people that are going to touch things. And it's not that housekeeping might not touch it, but I just want it. It's just how I like to do it. I like to wipe down everything in the room, especially on Disney cruises. Something I just highly recommend, just wiping down all the handles, wiping down all the countertops and surfaces where you're going to be putting your stuff, because can get kind of gross. That's just my word of advice. Maybe I'm a little paranoid with that. I don't care. So then we do keep toothpaste and we actually keep two toothpastes in here. I guess one was just a travel one left over, and then one is their actual little one. We do have floss in here. This is actually something we did on our cruise. So we had different types of clothespins, and we actually pinned our like swimsuits and stuff onto our chairs so we can dry them out. We actually have a clothesline in the actual shower where you can hang up your swimsuits and stuff, so that's kind of helpful because then they can dry a little bit more. But on top of that, this helps mark your towel. So let's say you have 4 people in a studio, or you have a 1 or 2 bedroom, but there's only one bathroom that you're sharing, or maybe there's multiple people in one bathroom that you're sharing. This is a nice way to mark your towel of who has what towel. So that's kind of how we did it on the Disney cruise, because we did share a room. We shared a stateroom with 2 other people, so it was 4 of us, 4 adults. And so we had each had our own designed little clothespin. So I do have clothespins in here for whatever reason, but mostly to hang up your little swimsuits in the bathroom, because there is a little line that goes across. You'll see it when you look. And then of course to be able to mark your towel. We do have cough drops. So this is just a little selection of our cough drops. We actually have a whole entire bag of them in here, but this is just to pull out and be able to put on the countertop and not have to pull out tons of stuff out of the owner's locker. So it makes it a little bit more organized and a little bit more detailed, which is what I'm all about. Let's kind of go back to the actual owner's locker. Okay, so some things that I keep in the owner's locker that may be different. We do keep underwear, socks, bras. That's pretty much what we keep in here. We have a whole entire bag of it. I know this is kind of like not nice, but and I do keep sock slippers in here. Honestly, hotel flooring is disgusting. If you think about it, people are walking around theme parks where people have definitely peed on, definitely threw up on, probably more than that. And nobody really thinks about that. People spit on the ground. I straight up saw a guy hawk a loogie yesterday and spit it on the ground, like in the middle of where people were walking, and I was like, okay. Hello. There's a lot of things that I just like to have here that make me feel a little bit more comfortable. It's like being home. That's what Disney Vacation Club is all about. Welcome home. Anything that we may need, we might know we need throughout our vacation, and then we don't have to haul it back and forth. That's kind of what we're thinking about, is we want to be able to just get off the plane and go for it and just have everything we need really in our bags, so we don't need to have like a extra set of luggage. Great thing that I love is the reusable mugs. When we come and we do the dining plan, we go hard, and so we do use these quite a bit. They can redo the RFID on the bottom, so they can rescan it and make it active again. So that's the nice thing, is with these you do not have to be bringing them back and forth. If you want to, you can have them in the owner locker, and so they're here for you every single time. I personally think owner's lockers are great for people who are vacationing to Walt Disney World 1 or 2 times a year, maybe even more than that. We know people that travel from all around the world. I know DVC members that live in England and are here for a month. So this might really help them out, because this is something that I feel like is not well known. And if it is well known, people are just like, don't think about it. I know people who use their owner's locker for ears. They literally just have one that's just stock full of ears and bags. So that's kind of what the overview of what my owner's locker is. Your owner's locker could be anything you really want. That's the nice thing, is it's just basically there to be a tool for you to go on vacation. Stuff that's non-perishable, your clothing items, anything, I highly recommend. You can look them up online, so ownerslocker.com. You can call, the number is 800-431-6588. That is their phone number. You can give them a call. And they also do work with Magic Strollers. So if you rent strollers when you come here, or you rent strollers here at the park, or you rent them from an outside party, they'll probably be able to help you quite a bit. So there are discounts there. They're super friendly, and I highly, highly recommend an owner's locker for any Disney Vacation Club member or anyone who is vacationing here quite a bit. Even if you are driving down, it's kind of nice to have some things where you may not have to pack the car so full, so you can just drive down and be at ease. That's what you want to do when you're on vacation, and we want you to be at ease, right? So that's kind of what it's all about. So thank you for watching about our little owner's locker. This was not sponsored by them at all. These are all my personal opinions about not only just owner's locker, but Disney Vacation Club. I'm not sponsored by any of those companies. I just is something that I'm super passionate about. I absolutely love and appreciate what's there for us DVC members, because we love Disney Vacation Club quite a bit and highly recommend it. Maybe in the future we'll do a little video on Disney Vacation Club and kind of what we think about it, because I think everyone is a lot of personal opinion, but we love it. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you like this video, and share it to maybe some of your friends, because maybe somebody will actually need an owner's locker someday.